Okay, if you look on any modern tire, you're going to have a series of numbers. I'll explain to you on a piece of paper what that number means. And I'm back. Have you ever wondered what all the numbers mean on the side of your tire? Have you ever gone shopping for tires and been confused about the numbers that are presented to you? Every tire has their own series of numbers, and they tell you a lot of information about the tire. Good to know if you're shopping for tires or replacing a tire, just to be informed as a consumer. We're also going to figure out how to tell the age of your tire. Okay, so here's a breakdown of what the number on the side of your tire means. There's a letter at the beginning usually. Sometimes there's no letter, but if you've got a letter, you'll either have a P or maybe an LT. Now this will all be different for each individual tire, but this is just one example. This is a P155/80 R13. Okay, and what that means, the P stands for a passenger vehicle tire. Now, the number here, 155, is the tread width in millimeters, okay? The 80 is an aspect ratio. So what it is, the 80 is a percentage of the height to the width, okay? So what that means is if you've got a 155 millimeter width to your tread, the height of the tire tread from the rim is going to be 80% of that on this tire. So let me show you what that looks like in the actual tire. Okay, so say you had this width here, say this is 155, and you got an aspect ratio of 80. What that means is the height from the top of the rim here to the top of your new tread would be 80% of that width, okay? Okay, and the R, it stands for the construction type. This is designating a radial tire. Sometimes you'll have bias ply tires and other things. Most modern tires are radial tires, so you'll very often see the R there. And the last number is the rim size. So this is a 13-inch tire. It's a 13-inch rim, okay? That's the diameter of the rim that the tire would fit on. And I got another example here, LT 255/70 R16, okay? LT designates light truck. And what that means is the tires are usually built more heavily because a passenger tire, you know, is going to be on paved roads all the time. A light truck tire might be out on gravel and things like that. So they build a light truck tire heavier than a passenger car tire. And the other thing you'll notice too with an LT, a light truck tire, they'll have a squarer profile to the corner of the tire here, to the tread. Sidewall to the tread will be a little more square, where a passenger tire will pretty much come up rounded like that, okay? The other thing people like to know is how old their tires are. Let's say you go to a garage sale and there's some good tires there and you've checked the numbers, like I've just showed you in the other examples, and they look like they're going to fit your vehicle. But how old are they? When were they made? There's a way to tell very easily by looking at this designation, the DOT designation on the tire. Okay, so DOT is the Department of Transportation, okay, and they certify when this tire was made and they have a stamp for it. Any tire made after 2000 has this code, okay? The last 4 digits is the DOT code for the age. And what they designate is the week and the year of manufacture. So this tire, in this example, was made in the 5th week of 2010, okay? So that would have been in February, so the 1st week of February of 2010. You see that? You don't worry too much about these numbers in the middle. That's just the plant code and as some type of manufacturer's code for the size of the tire. And you just look for this DOT on the tire, and then you follow the code and you look for this last bit here. And usually this is on a raised piece of rubber, a little oval like this. You look for that little oval and you'll see that. Now sometimes you look at the face of a tire, you won't see it. This might be blank, but look on the back. Flip the tire over and look for this little code, the DOT code, the last 4. So being able to read the DOT code for yourself when you go to buy used tires is really handy. You know, you're going to be able to read this code, and you're going to know the week and the year of manufacture of that tire. And you'll know that it's within, you know, it shouldn't be more than 10 years old to put it on your vehicle. You know, the younger the better, because tires do deteriorate over time, especially out in the sun and things like that. So a lot of people have a rule of thumb, no more than 10 years. sometimes some people say no more than 5 years, but you know, I've run tires. I've run tires that are 15, 20 years old with, you know, no problem. But that's just me. But most garages won't put a used tire on a vehicle if it's any more than 5 years to 10 years old, depending on the garage, depending on the, you know, the state you live in or the province you live in or where you are. Yeah, so I just dug out a few old tires here, and let's take a look at them. Let's take a look at these sizes and see what we've learned. Okay, so on this tire here, an LT 225 75 R16. So it's a light truck tire, 225 millimeters in tread width, and the aspect ratio is 75% of that. So 75% of 225 is the height from the top of the rim to the top of your new tread, okay? And it's a radial tire, and it's a 16-inch rim, okay? Now, how old is the tire? Let's look over here. Look at the DOT number. We found it right here, DOT. And as I explained, there's some codes here. You're not really worried about those. You're looking for this little raised patch of rubber, this oval. Sometimes it doesn't have other numbers on it here. It's usually just these last 4 digits you're looking for. This one here is 2511. So that this tire was made in the 25th week of 2011. And this is 2021 here. So this is a 10-year-old tire. So, you know, depending on where it's been and what it's been through, this is probably about the max that you'd want to buy for an old tire. You know, you don't want to run this on the highway more than 10 years old. Let's take a look at this other tire and see what size it is and how old it is. So this tire here is an LT, that's a light truck, 225 75 R16. Now, let's look for the DOT number. Now, I see a DOT number here, but these digits aren't telling me anything, and I don't see that last oval with the 4 digits in it. So there's 2 possibilities. One, this is a tire that was built before 2000. In that case, it's over 20 years old and we wouldn't use it. But let's look on the other side of the tire, because sometimes it's not on both sides, okay? So let's look on the other side. Flip this guy over. Okay, and here it is. It's completed on the other side, okay? So see right here, the DOT. There's a code, another code. And here it is here in that little oval, you see? 1915. This tire was made in the 19th week of 2015. So this is about a 6-year-old tire. So this is good. You know, if it checked out, you'd be able to put that on your vehicle. Most garages would mount that for you. Yeah, okay. Now we got another one over here. Let's take a look at the size and the age of this one. Okay. This one here, I'll just highlight a little bit. So it's a P tire, it's a passenger tire, so that's meant for light vehicles, cars and stuff like that. 255 70 R18. Now let's look for the DOT number on this one. And I can see it right here. See DOT, there's a code, there's another code there. And this is what we're interested in here, this little oval with the numbers. It was made in the 25th week of 2006. Wow, this is an old tire. This is a 15-year-old tire. Okay, so this is probably over what you'd want to use on the highway, but you can see this is a spare. That rim is rusty. That was up underneath something. So this was a spare tire, and you know that might still hold for a spare. You know, you might be okay on that temporarily. I'd probably get rid of the rim, get another rim, but anyway, hopefully that helps somebody. You know, if you're in the market for used tires, then you can walk in a little more informed about what you're buying, okay? Thanks for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.